Hello, GovCon winners. My name is Kizzy Parks, and I have been awarded well over $50 million in federal government contracts. I received my first government contract as a subcontractor well over 10 years ago when I was in graduate school. Maybe as you've gone through this journey, you've come across terms like CO, COR, KO, KOR, or other types of acronyms where you're just like, oh my gosh, this is like learning another language. Or perhaps you're reading different government documents like statement of work or performance work statement, and you're like, there's even more acronyms. What am I to do? Well, you're in luck. I am here to help you, and I'm here to give you some shortcuts. So I'm going to switch here to share my screen so you can take a look at several of these acronyms, and I'll give you the quick little tip on how you can continue to learn an even faster way to understand these acronyms. Often in government contracting, one way you can tell if someone is new to this space is their kind of misuse or kind of just skill gap around acronyms and definitions. The focus is on growing your business and having profitable government contracts, but this is still something that's very important, and you want to make sure that you at least are aware of. You don't need to have these memorized. You don't need to make flashcards and have flashbacks of like third grade. You just need to be aware, have awareness, and be able to find the answer. That's key. So what I have here is a list of different terms. A contractor, which is you, which is me. People who are selling products and services to the federal government. Contracting officer. This is someone acting on behalf of the federal government to make different purchases. In layman terms, that's basically what they are. And what's great about this is very short. It's 2 pages, and the terms that are here are very common terms. Deliverable, basically it's what you're offering them, what you're giving to them. It says anything that can be physically delivered, but may include non-manufactured things such as meeting minutes or reports, key personnel, quality assurance surveillance plan. All these terms are here. And before you wonder, well, where do I go to learn these? Do I have to buy a book? Do I have to memorize something? This came from a recent opportunity with the Army. They included all of these terms inside of their documents. Often when you look at a solicitation or combined solicitation, this is what they do. They put this in here so there is clarity, because perhaps for a different agency, they may define deliverable as something else, but you want to make sure you're clear so you don't have any issues later on. For instance, Workday. Let's say this was for a staffing opportunity, and you need to know, well, how many hours will my employee need to work so I can figure out pay and I can figure out my profit and all of these things. You're going to need to know, what are the work hours, or what's the work day? And they've said to you, they've defined the workday, the number of hours per day the contractor provides services in accordance with the contract. Okay, well, it seems like there's some flexibility there, but it's great because you want to be on the same page as them. There are more acronyms here. These listed here are super common throughout different Army-related opportunities. You can take a look. It's just important to know what these are and to use these acronyms. For instance, if you were to put, let's say you wrote out Department of the Army, instead of you giving it a DOA or some type of acronym, use the one they gave you. It's DA. And they're also saying to you, contracting officer, KO. You want to also use their lingo, use their acronyms. You want to do all of this in your proposals, in your capability briefs, short and long ones, as well as when you're speaking with them on the phone. It's super important to do this because it shows them that you're taking the time to learn, to understand that you're not just this newbie who feels entitled to government work. Instead, you're taking a look. I have more acronyms for you. This is actually an added bonus. To help your proposal stand out, what you can do is provide your own glossary of abbreviations and acronyms. So this is a combination of acronyms that were provided by this agency in addition to different abbreviations that were used in this particular opportunity. This is something that I had bid on several years ago, and it included this elaborate glossary. There are opportunities in which they require this, so you can take a look. You have the acronym on one side and you have what it means on the other side. Again, it's to level the playing field in that those who are reading this aren't confused. They're not thinking, well, she used COE, doesn't that mean instead, oh, COE, Centers of Excellence, makes sense. And in case you're wondering, this opportunity, we were found technically acceptable. We did not win this opportunity. I partnered with the company and it was because it was lowest cost and we weren't the lowest, which is fine because I'm about profits, regardless of the evaluation criteria. So you can see it continues. I even have the name of my flagship company there, which is important because you may think like, well, don't they know who you are? You submitted this. Every now and again, companies will sometimes incorrectly enter their own name in a document, or they'll use different acronyms throughout. So you want to be uniform and spell it out for the agency. So they're not guessing, or they're thinking like, oh, wow, this company doesn't even know their name. Why should we work with them? Because they're thinking that. They're definitely thinking that. So you can see all of this is here, all this different information. So if you want more information on acronyms, or you need to know where do I go, take a look at existing solicitations. You can easily go into SAM, search in NAICS that you're familiar with to learn more about it, as well as get into the habit. If you have the time, get into the habit of writing out a glossary and abbreviations so that you have them there, because it can take time, but it really pays off, as well as it'll make your proposal stand out because most people are not including a glossary whatsoever. So all my amazing GovCon winners, please subscribe, check out profitablecontracts.co, hit that notification button, comment below, and don't forget, y'all, I know you know, everything is possible.